What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you guys another discussion about Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, manga chapter number 18. So, in this video we are going to be talking about Team 7 versus Ryu. And why we're going to be talking about that is because of the current plan that's brewing in the manga. It seems like the first focus of this battle in the Sand arc is going to be this battle between Team 7 and Ryu. So, pretty much, if you guys aren't really up to speed, Konohamaru is right now holding off Matsuri, keeping her busy. At the moment, Matsuri seems baffled, so Konohamaru's just talking to her in the meantime, trying to keep her distracted. Meanwhile, Sarada, Mitsuki, and the Sand Shinobi from Shinki's team are working to separate Ryu at the moment so they can get him in an isolated area and then take him out. And that's at least what the plan right now is indicating. But just because that's the plan doesn't mean it's going to necessarily go that way. So we're going to talk about in this video a little bit about how I think it's going to go. A couple different possibilities. And then, of course, you guys can feel free to comment below too how you guys believe this fight is ultimately going to go. So first things first, I don't think this plan is going to be executed properly to its fullest. I feel like there's going to be some sort of mess up in here. And likely what's going to happen is before Ryu can be taken out, likely what will happen is Matsuri figuring out that, hey, something's fishy, something's going on, and Matsuri is going to get involved in the fight. That's at least what I'm thinking is most likely going to happen. And if that happens, the question does come up, does Matsuri take out Konohamaru at first because Konohamaru is by her, or does she just ditch Konohamaru and head over to that scene? That would be the first thing to think about. Team 7 versus Ryu themselves, they're likely going to be pretty outmatched in power, but Ryu is relatively young, so Ryu might not have all of his powers down to the fullest just yet. So we'll see what happens with that. But I do feel like they're going to do good at jumping Ryu because the Sand Shinobi are going to pull off a unexpected attack. But what I think is going to ultimately cause Team 7's downfall here a little bit is going to be Sarada not being able to deliver the final blow. And why I say that is because of some of the interactions from Ryu in the last chapter, where Ryu's talking about, hey, you guys are actually kind of nice, you people from Konoha. No wonder Jura holds you guys, in such high regard. So that kind of shows them, Sarada and Mitsuki, that these creatures aren't, just straight up evil. These creatures have, emotions, and they can competently think and make, claims like how Ryu was making. So maybe that'll get them thinking a little bit different. And why I think in particular Sarada is going to be pretty impacted by all of this is because of the whole situation as well with Sumire. And how I think that connects here is because Sumire is kind of accusing Sarada, of not really being super considerate of Boruto's feelings, as well as not being considerate of her feelings. So I feel like now that's going to be a point that's kind of, a little bit more subconsciously in Sarada's head now. So Sarada might take, this creature, this Shinju, Ryu's feelings into account here, and she might just feel that it's not right to go and backstab him like that after befriending him. So I feel like there's going to be some morals maybe that come up that she's just not going to agree with the whole strategy. And we already know that Sarada doesn't really mess with Shikamaru too much these days either, because of the whole Boruto situation. So, and it's not like she seems to hate Shikamaru, but there are moments where you can tell she's definitely developed some tension against Shikamaru and his time as Hokage, as opposed to how Naruto was. So I feel like if anybody's going to go against the plan, at least against Ryu, it's bound to be Sarada. That's just me. That's kind of where I'm leaning at with it. You guys, maybe you feel different, and that's okay. But let me know in the comments below kind of what you're thinking of that. If anybody else is going to go off the script of the plan, it's going to be Konohamaru, but that would be with Matsuri. And the reason I say that he could too is because maybe Konohamaru starts to care a little bit for her because he starts, remembering Moegi a little bit, for example. Or he just sees that, hey, this creature really likes him, really seems to care for him. Maybe that's going to influence his mind in the regard of not that he has to like her, but more so that he doesn't want to just befriend her and then backstab and kill her, So, and I feel like that's very in character of Konohamaru too, because Konohamaru is someone who grew up under Naruto's, tutelage, and although this is a Shikamaru tactic, as, was said in the previous chapter, I do feel like Konohamaru is a character that leans a lot more with the Naruto philosophy when it comes to how to handle situations, and Shikamaru was spot on. Naruto would probably never try a tactic like this, it's a backhanded tactic, but Shikamaru ultimately wants to do what's best for the village. So, that's why he's in this spot right now, and that's why he's taking the action he's taking. So I understand both perspectives, but in general, this fight, Team 7 versus Ryu, or even the fight with Matsuri, I feel like something's going to go wrong, and ultimately, what's going to happen is, just because it's tough for me to see them actually defeating these Shinju on their own, what I think is going to happen is someone's going to have to interfere. It's either going to have to be Boruto breaking this rule, which if that happens, Jura is likely to show up, and if Jura shows up, Boruto's going to be taken out. So I think that's more of like a plan B thing if, worse comes to worse. But what I think is a little bit more likely is that Amado is going to awaken these powers from Kawaki, and Kawaki is going to fly over really, really fast to this battle site and take care of at least one of the opponents, and that's going to be his big entrance of his new power. That's what I think they're going to do with Kawaki, and that's how I think they're going to make Kawaki look pretty strong again. That's where I'm leaning in regards to how, this fight could go with Ryu in a couple different ways. I don't know, it's just tough for me to see them taking out Ryu on their own, but it's possible. I wouldn't doubt it. It is possible. I just have some doubts. And even if they get past Ryu, are they really going to get past Matsuri? Probably not. At least not without Boruto or Kawaki's help. That's kind of where I'm leaning at right now. But this is just me predicting and speculating. So we'll find out what happens, though. Chapter is only, 10, 11 days away now. Not too long. So we'll look forward to that. But that's going to wrap up this one. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day or night whenever you guys are watching this video. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.